going on, y'all? It's your boy Alex. Shout out to the Elite Fleet. Make sure you like and subscribe so you can become a member of Elite Fleet. And one of my subscribers asked me, he said, Alex, what would you do if you were trying to build your credit? And so I was like, yo, I'll make a video on that. I'll make a video for you on how to build your credit, okay? Now, there's plenty of videos on YouTube on how to build your credit. There's plenty of articles on Google on how to build your credit. So what I decided to do to make this video unique is I'm going to tell you guys exactly what I did personally to build my credit. And I'm going to tell you what companies I used to do what I did personally to build my credit. That way I can add some uniqueness to this video. I actually did take some time and go online and I did look up some articles and I did watch a few videos to see what people were already saying, and some of these methods that I used I didn't see anyone else bring up. So I'm gonna do that to try to make this video a little bit different, kind of stand out from the rest of them. But shout out to him. I'm about to make this video for you, so let's get straight into it, all right? The first thing I would recommend doing if you're trying to build your credit and you're young is personal loans. I don't hear people talk about personal loans a lot. Now, I'm going to tell you the exact company I used when I was building my credit. It's a company called MoneyLion, all right? I don't have the best handwriting, do not talk about me, but MoneyLion. If you go and make an account with this company right here, MoneyLion, what MoneyLion to do is they have what they call Credit Builder Plus loans. So if you get yourself a Credit Builder Plus loan, you can get a $250 loan or you can get a $500 loan. If you do the $250 loan, your payments are like $10 to $15. And if you do the $500 loan, then your payments are like $22 something. It's every 2 weeks. Now, the good thing about this is it has a very low ARP and it's a very small amount. The payments are so small, they'll come out your account every time you get paid. You literally won't even notice it. And this reports directly to the credit bureaus. And because it's a loan that reports directly to the credit bureaus, as soon as you pay this thing off, you're going to automatically shoot up points. I took a $250 one. I made the payments on it for 6 months just to build up a little bit of a payment history. Then I paid off the $250 when I went up 40 points immediately. 40 points. Then I took the $500 one. I made a couple of payments on it. I paid that one off. Then I went up 20 points after that. So a very quick way to build your credit is personal loans. I can vouch for this company personally since I've used them before in my past. They report every single payment. Like I said, as soon as you pay it off, it's going to be a massive jump into your credit report. But you don't have to use this company. If you can find any company that will give you a little small personal loan, okay, then you can use that to build your credit as well. So keep that in mind. The next thing I want to say, which would be a good way to build your credit, would be knock off your collections. If you have anything in collections, try to knock those off. Now, call the company first. Get an actual copy of your credit report. 9 times out of 10, if you have a debt in collections, it's probably already going to a third-party company. The third-party company will probably give you a letter saying that you paid the debt and agree to remove all the debts for probably like 1/5 of what it costs, or at least 1/4 of what it costs. So call the company, say, hey, listen, I owe you this much. I can pay this much if you agree to take it off of my credit report, because collections are one of the biggest things that knock your credit report down besides late payments. Okay, but everybody already knows you're supposed to make your payments on time, but a lot of people sleep on collections. They ignore collections and they don't always show up on your report, especially if you're using something like Credit Karma. So get an actual copy of your report, look at your collections, make some deals with the companies that's holding your debt, and say, listen, I'll give you this amount of money if you clear this off for me. And that's a quick way to build up your credit. Now, another thing I don't hear people talk about car trade-ins. Now, y'all know I don't really like buying cars, okay? I usually tell you guys to go and get cars cash. Financing them are usually a ripoff. But if you're in a situation where you got a car that holds its value for a long time, right? So say you have like a Chevy Impala, or you have like a Malibu or Cruise, or you have a Ford Fusion or Ford Focus, you have a Honda Accord, or you have a Nissan Altima, Toyota Camry, any of these types of cars that hold their value for a long time, trade-ins could possibly be your best friend. For example, I had a souped-up Dodge Charger that someone ran into the back of. Totally. So my car basically has no payments. I left like $100 on it just to make a payment towards it. But my car currently could trade in for $8,711, right? Now let's say I wasn't in this scenario where someone smashed into my other car and it basically paid for my new car. Let's say I've been paying on this car for like the last 3 or 4 years. So if you have a car you've been paying on for like the last 3 or 4 years, right? Let's say you owe $5,000 on a car, but you have 120 something thousand miles on the car. You're like, I don't even know if it's going to last another 2 years or 3 years for me to even get through this loan and pay it off. Trade the car in. It's going to do two things for you. Besides getting you a new vehicle, so you don't have to worry about breakdown and putting that potential breakdown onto whoever buys your traded in car, you're also going to show up on your credit as if you paid this car off. I repeat, it's going to show up on your credit as if you paid the car off. Because you traded it in, and traded in for more than you owed. You only owed $5,000, you traded it in for $8,000. So you paid off your loan, that's done. That alone is going to increase your credit like 50 to 100 points, depending on how low your score is. That's going to be a massive increase paying off a car. And then you start over with a new vehicle, okay? The new vehicle, as long as you make your on-term payments with your new vehicle, you'll be good to go, okay? But trading in your car, like I said, especially if it has a high value and you're getting at least plus $3,000 and paying off the loan, it's not a bad way to trade to build your credit. It's not a bad way at all to build up your credit. So don't sleep on trading in your cars. Now, secured credit cards are always a good way to go. Preferably secured credit cards, okay? Now, these are some companies I would recommend using, okay? If you get Chime has pretty good secured credit cards, all right? I think it's called Premier. I don't exactly remember. I think it's Premier or Primo or something like that. Primo, possibly Premier. I don't really know. If you look it up on Credit Karma, it'll tell you. I think it's Premier or Primo. I don't want to write it up there because I'm not exactly sure which one it is. And then there's Credit One. Credit One. And then if your credit is like not terrible, the first credit card I ever got was from Capital One. So I'm going to put Cap One in here too. I say go for Capital One or Chime first. These two, Primo or Premier and Credit One, are for if you have really crappy credit, right? We talking like 400s, low 500s. They'll still give you a car. Now you're going to have a high ass interest rate, okay? So you don't want to use that car too much, but it's somewhere to start. You get one of these two cars, put some gas in your car. You know, gas your car up for the month, pay it off. Gas your car up for the month, pay it off. Eventually, it'll get you to a Capital One. To me, Capital One is the best starter car. I wouldn't start with Discover. I wouldn't start with American Express, like these cars with these high-ass limits until you're ready for those. Capital One was my first starter car. I upgraded from Capital One Platinum to Capital One, I think it is, which one is it? Capital One Silver, I believe, something like that. And then now I have the Capital One Venture. So I've just been rolling up the Capital One. I'm about to get my first Discover card. So I would recommend, as far as your starter cards, get yourself a Capital One card. Capital One, very lenient. They will work with you if you do get yourself in trouble. They'll even let you miss payments sometime, roll your payments back. Again, I'm assuming that people watching this video have a bad credit history. So I'm talking from a perspective that you don't have good credit. Okay? Capital One's a good starting card. Chime is a good starting card as well. Okay? You can get you a secure credit card through Chime. You can track it all just like a banking app. So that's a good one too. But in the worst case scenario, if you have absolutely terrible credit, get you a Primo card or a Credit One card, or just get you a secured credit card from any one of the major banking institutions. So you can go to Bank of America, you can go to M&T Bank, you can go to PNC Bank, whoever is around you, whatever is close to you. Get you a major bank to give you a secured credit card. But if you don't want the credit card to be secured, Primo, Credit One, Chime, Capital One. That's where I would go. Or, like I said, go to one of the major 4 banks and get a secured credit card, all right? Now, there's other things you can do to build your credit, but these things are going to get you built up the fastest. Get yourself a credit card or a secured credit card, okay? If you have a car that's above water, trade the car in, get a new car, that's going to pump you up. Pay off all your collections, that's going to pump you up. Get you a small personal loan from Moneyline or a company similar to Moneyline, and that's going to pump up your credit too. So those are my tips for how to build your credit, assuming that you're coming from really bad credit. I am Alex, and I am out. Peace.